Radio Rahim here with MJP.
Hey, Fight fans.
First, we're going to do a little role play.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Do you want to be Hearn or Sauerland?
I feel like you're more on an Eddie Hearn tip right now, and I'm on a Kalle tip. Because Kalle was a little bit more quiet, and I'm still on a bit more somber.
Okay, first of all, I think this fight should go forward because we don't know anything for certain. We have one sample. The fighters have agreed. Should we not continue with this fight on Saturday night?
I mean, I think more importantly, I felt really bad for the undercard. I mean, we were seeing them all pack up their things and leaving the hotel tonight. And it's sad to see that everyone else is being affected by this, especially when, like we're saying, there hasn't been a due process yet for all of the information that we would need. We still haven't heard back in terms of.
Okay. Well, now I see why we're reporters and not actors, because we've done a terrible job at being each one of these people.
Yeah, mate, I'm not in the mood today. I mean, we've been here since 10:30 a.m. Sat here. What time is it now? Do you have a watch?
Yeah, of course. It's 5:45.
Okay. Sat here. Like sat as in nothing to do, but just sit and wait and wait and wait. And so right now I'm probably a little cranky because I'm hungry. And
they had cookies, Michelle, honestly, and water.
See no cookies.
We were sat here waiting to determine whether or not this magnificent event would take place on Saturday night. And I think, to your point, they strung us out a bit. They knew
a long time ago,
quite a while ago, this wasn't happening. I waited for a press conference, not a statement by a couple of lads just informing us of what we had read online. I have to be honest in that an event of this magnitude and a decision that is this consequential, to have a host of media members in front of you and cameras rolling and then come out and simply restate what we all already know and say no questions.
Various reasons we won't be taking questions today, but we will be keeping you up to speed with everything as we move forward.
Absurd. Like this, I don't believe would happen in any other sport. Only boxing can get away with something like that. Part of their explanation is that we just don't know enough to say whether or not this is the right decision. They say it was out of their hands. They say that, this is something that has to continue to be investigated. Well, who investigates better than the press? You can't leave it up to the promoters to do all the investigating.
Well, since we didn't get much back from them, can I just point something out and can we discuss this real quick?
Please.
So I've brought it up to Ricky Hatton and Dean White and they both were like, I didn't think about that. Well, they're saying that the samples had come, or the tests had come back a few weeks ago. That is right around the time that Chris Eubank Sr. started kicking off about the safety of his son. He was saying that I worry for the safety of my son. And all of us were questioning, like, over 3 pounds? So it starts to wonder, like, he obviously knew about it, and now we know he knew about it. And now Chris Eubank Sr. actually is validated in what he was saying, but he couldn't say it. He couldn't come out and say it. He was saying boycott the fight. He didn't want to see it happen.
He could have said it. Like, this is not a state secret. Like, this is something that has been stated to both camps
for a few weeks.
No, it's a secret because they were keeping it. Like I said last time we spoke, you can't keep a secret in 2022. Too many people knew about it already. And when I say it's a state secret, this is not classified information. This is information that the public should know and by my estimation, have a right to know, especially if you're spending money and we're spending time and everybody's covering this thing and everybody involved in it knows something crucial about the fight that we don't. Well, to me, that is the definition of a cover-up, no matter what your explanation is going forward. But hold on. So if that's the case, then I think the first thing that Eddie and Sauerland should have come out and said is Chris Eubank Sr. was correct. And for all the things that everyone said, I think that's the hardest thing for anybody to say. Well, let me be the first to say it. We laughed, we scoffed, we puzzled, we were trying to figure out what the hell he was talking about or what he was going on about. And clearly, the only person that's been right from the beginning, Chris Eubank Sr.
He had every right to be at the end of the day. He did.
Oh, clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly, what are we talking about? We're here chatting shit and he's spitting facts. This is very unsettling. Anyway, I don't know what else we can contribute, being that we weren't allowed to ask any questions. They aren't giving us any real new information.
All I'm going to say is that there was a lot of shadiness that went down. And I think that although the board was trying to, quote, do the right thing, I think it still sends a statement out that they were also a part of not wanting to publicly state something until someone threatened to release the information. So I want that to be, like, for me, I know we always hear about shit in boxing, but never once did I feel like I came this close to actually, like, hearing a lot about, like, and having concrete.
This sounds like the C word. Are we talking corruption, Michelle Joy Phelps?
All I'm going to say is they're not innocent in this by pulling the fight.
See, these are the kind of questions we would like to have been able to ask today from the very gentlemen who were sitting at these very seats some few minutes ago. But being that boxing press doesn't seem to have the kind of access or respect due in every other major sport, then we just sat there and took our lumps. And now we get to sit here and speculate, knowing literally nothing other than what's been said to everybody publicly. So we'll continue to beat this, this beat, if you will, and continue to find ways to ask questions and hold people accountable and even unearth the truth when it is covered up right in front of our very eyes. But you can count on Michelle Joy Phelps and Radio Rahim always being willing to chat shit.